What's good, Big Blue family? Welcome to Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football. No fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. I'm Milton. This is my cousin Ethan. We're New York Giants fans for the lifetime, locking it down. Let's get into it. So,
Right.
Big Blue check-in. We're going to go over the winners and losers of the combine. But before we get into that, I got a question for you, Ethan.
Okay. What's up?
How do you feel about the combine in itself? Like the value of the combine. Do you still feel like it's important, or do you think they're just doing it for the money?
Well, in a perfect world, it's a little bit of both. But I mean, definitely for the money, because I mean, people get exposure, so that's a good thing. Some people raise their stock, some people lower their stock, so it's a bittersweet kind of thing, you know. I like the combine because you get to see some of these athletes start to get some of their names out, like because there's so many athletes and not everyone gets drafted, but the people that actually are invited to the combine, you get to see them run, catch footballs,
Mm.
interact with other coaches and stuff like that. So it's good for I guess it's good for everybody. It just sucks because like, some things you hope translates, but you can never really tell if a player is going to be great based off of his combine. It's
Nah,
just a
it's
good it's just good for future traits just to say they have these good traits or they have they're really fast, so people just think, oh, he's a burner or something like that. So, or he's really strong, he put up how many reps on the bench press, so
yeah,
it's good
nah,
and bad. And what do you think?
me personally, I still think it's important. I think
Mhm.
just as a whole, it's like the biggest interview most of these, kids will ever do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's something that they really got to come prepared, and coaches that are really taking it serious and really evaluating these players, they're gonna see how you come to the combine and how you prepared. Like you don't just come to the combine relying on your talent. You prepare for it. You're diligent as far as your drills and making sure that you slept right, you did everything you needed to do that week so that way you could perform at your highest, highest
Right.
ability. So I feel like it's important because it shows the character of the player and how they're gonna show up.
Okay.
So with that being said, Big Blue check-in. The biggest winners and losers of the combine. I think we should start with the losers.
Yeah,
I got a I
let's
got
get
a
these guys
few.
out the way.
I got a few. First name that comes up for me, Malachi Fields, wide receiver
Mm,
from Notre Dame. I'm sure a lot of people are probably gonna say that they had him on their list too. Cause
yeah.
again, you come to the combine and you're a receiver and you run a sub anything higher than a 4.5, they looking at you crazy.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
ran a 4.6 and some change, like a high 4.6. It wasn't good.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
it's just not gonna cut it. You're trying to make your case.
Hmm. And I
Um,
also heard that he had some drops during the gauntlet drills,
I was
and
just about to say, like, and then his drills weren't that great either. Like, you can't come out there, one, run that 40, and then two, you can't catch. Like,
whew,
again, your
that's
tape is gonna save you. Like, that's gonna
mhm.
put a big red flag on your highlight tape.
Exactly, exactly. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, but like I said earlier, it could either raise your drop your draft stock. So, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe he could, maybe his film is a lot better, but just that performance wasn't good.
yeah, yeah. That's tough. That's tough. I had Emmett Johnson, the
Okay.
running back out of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Again, he was bottom four in the vertical, the broad jump, bench press, and then he ran like a 4.5,
Mm,
6. So it's just you put all those together again, that plummets your draft stock. Regardless of
Yeah.
what tape you put out there, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a projection league. If you're not physical enough and you're not putting up those numbers that typically a lot of good players do or, are projected to be good players, then, it's unfortunate, because,
Yeah.
this, like you said, it's this job interview. And if we're saying he's not the greatest, then what are the scouts saying, So,
Yep. That's exactly the picture right there.
yeah.
If we can see that the scouts are saying the same thing and it's not a good look.
Hmm.
You don't really have many opportunities to make your first impression. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the
Exactly.
last person I listed, Lee
Hmm.
Hunter. That was a defensive tackle out of Texas Tech. He was
Okay.
one that I thought we'd be able to get
Ooh.
kind of later in the draft. That was a big body that you could pair up with Dexter. It'd definitely be depth. It's not going to be like a starter, but right out the gate. But it was some depth that we could have tried out. But yeah, that test was terrible, man. Like, as far as the score, like the total RAS score or the relative athletic score, whatever they call it, like he was
Mhm.
scored a 3.7, man. That's like,
Dang, man.
again, you should have just let your highlight tape do the talking and you shouldn't have went.
Yeah,
Or
some players, some of the
just
bigger
did
names.
interviews, man, because that just not a good look.
Yeah, some of the bigger names. That's what they do, man. You probably come out there like what's the receiver from USC? Malachi Lemon. He didn't run the 40.
Yeah,
And he just came out there, just ran some routes. So either I think his draft stock came down a little bit, So in my opinion,
yeah,
he's kind of a loser because he did drop a couple balls, but he finished up with sharp routes and things like that. But we all seen the video of him not paying attention, and
yeah,
everyone's like, "Come on, this is what happened. You're not paying attention." And he's not running full speed, and everyone 3/4 speed or whatever it was supposed to be, and
yeah.
the ball got overthrown. He's like, "What?" But we also seen him just looking all like crazy, like, "Bruh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a football player, like, bro." So
I
like
think,
it's stuff like that that kind of dropped his draft stock, in my opinion. You probably could have been a higher first rounder, maybe if you
yeah,
ran that 40, but sometimes it's better just to let the tape talk for itself.
no, definitely, definitely. I think with Malachi, he's gonna be an interesting prospect. I'm curious to see
Yeah,
where he goes and how he does because I think he's gonna be a good receiver. But
yeah,
you know what I
uh,
mean? Like again, first impression
is
paints
everything,
it paints a crazy picture, man. They got him looking wild right now, but he could turn around and become a dog. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
his comp himself to like Amon Saint Ra in his
Hmm.
interview. Honestly, I see it. I see
Yeah,
it. So
he got that dog in
he
him.
could be something serious. So we'll
Yeah,
definitely gonna look out for that.
yeah, he's gonna be like Amon Ra. Remember every receiver that was taken before him, like type
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
No,
That's
if
why I'm like all these interviews, everybody's talking about him and how he performed in like the conversation piece. And be like,
right.
he's gonna chop all of this up and remember this. And like he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna go
He's
crazy.
definitely
And
gonna
that's what I'm
remember it.
expecting him.
Yeah, you see the way he was looking at the podium, he's definitely gonna remember.
Dog, I kept thinking, I was like, yo, he look like he about to be on some demon time, bro. I
Exactly,
don't
for
know,
real.
bro. He might be a problem.
Mhm.
Um, did you have any other losers?
Nah, just roughly those 2, and then, my opinion was Lemon. I mean,
Okay.
he probably coulda raised his stock a little bit, but I think he's the biggest loser, but spoiler alert, I still kinda want the Giants to get him.
I ain't go. Hey, I wouldn't be mad, bro. I would not be mad.
Yeah,
I
the
would love to
Giants are
see him
still able to
running
get
this
him.
fire. That would be
I'd be
fire.
happy with that.
That would
If
be fire. All right, let's roll over to the biggest winners. I'm sure everybody knows what we about to do.
Yeah. Yup. We all
number
know.
number one. Let me see. Let me see. Even who do you have on your big
Um
board for number one?
Number 1 is Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. Man, he had the best broad jump, and, he was just pretty much one of the best overall performance at the combine with his height, size, speed, everything about him was just looking really good. You know, he just did really well at the combine. So he rolls his stock maybe in the top 5, probably can be going to the Giants at 5. Who knows? But he definitely rose his stock.
Yeah, man, when they compare his numbers, like he was doing stuff people haven't done. I think they said he was fourth overall.
Mhm.
What one of the metric I can't remember what the metric is, so I don't want to call it out without remembering
Right.
exactly what it was, but it was like fourth overall of all linebackers that have played the sport. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something obnoxious. I think it's like his size with the 40 time that he ran. I
Right,
think that's what it
yeah.
was. But
Mhm.
it's just you haven't seen anybody test like that. I think you only get as out of 10, I think he got a 9.99. Like
Wow.
they barely scratched a perfect score in the
Mhm.
combine, you know. So he's gonna be a freak athlete. I didn't know he was 6'5"
Yeah,
on the
he's
combine.
taller than DK, just as
So
tall as Calvin Johnson.
for you to be 6'5" running what did he run? A 4.3?
4.46,
A
4.45.
4.46. A
Yeah,
4.46 at 6'5"? Good God.
yeah.
I do not
He
wanna see
was
you in the box, bro.
I know,
Not
right?
where I wanna
Quarterbacks
meet you, man. That's not where I wanna meet you, bro. And
right.
quarterbacks are gonna be scared.
Mhm. I mean, those throwing lanes are gonna be eaten up real
Yeah.
quick. That length, it's gonna be hard to throw over him.
Bro, him, Brian Burns,
Mm.
and Abd
And we just got rid of Bobby Okereke. He just got released, so it seems like we need a linebacker, and we're picking pretty high. And
bruh,
he's projected to be a top 10 pick, so it's kind of making sense.
please.
He said,
Yeah.
please. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say right there is please.
Who else are you guys as a winner?
Um Outside of Sonny Styles, the next player, of course, Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end.
Hmm.
I think definitely with him, he ran a 4.39, the
Yeah.
fastest in 23 years for a tight end. You know, so he's definitely gonna be his draft stock straight through the
Yeah,
roof.
exactly.
He's gonna be one of the, top sought after
Hmm.
tight ends.
And
Uh
he kind of reminds me like when Evan Ingram ran his 40-yard dash, like how his draft stock rose. And we were like, I just remember getting Evan Ingram. He was just like, yo, he's so fast and mismatch nightmare. Like,
yeah.
how are people going to cover him? You're going to put
Mhm.
him in the slot and, throw a bubble screen to him or something like that.
Mhm.
And, that you can't coach speed. So I'm happy that he rolls his draft stock and let's just see where he goes.
Yeah, hopefully we can get him. Oh, well, actually, I don't really care, to be completely honest, where he goes. I just need to be a tight end. I don't wanna waste any kinda real estate on a tight end. I think we got tight ends, especially early in the draft. If we get a tight end, it should be something late.
Right,
Um,
exactly. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I think a tight end should be like where we got Theo Johnson last year. He was like the second best overall tight end. And we got him in like a later round. So that we got a draft for good position and good value. So
not bad.
who else you got?
After Kenyon, of course, the last one we're gonna say, Jeremiah Love. You
Okay.
know, some people are saying he's the best player in the draft. I think
Right.
best offensive player in the draft. I think I would definitely still keep Caleb Downs in that conversation as far as still being one of the best players, but Caleb
That's fair.
he didn't do any tests, so we can't really
Yeah.
speak on him. We know what he is, so
Yeah.
all good. But Jeremiah Love, 6 foot, running a 4.3,
Right.
212 pounds.
Yeah, that boy's
Um,
moving.
I was watching the Speakeasy the other night, and Husman Sada, he's on there every once in a while, and he was
Okay.
saying that he was working out with him, and he was like, This man is 212 pounds, moving like a NFL wide receiver right now. So like he's
Yeah.
probably one of the best running backs in the game in coming into the league right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
Like.
it's when you hear it from another player and they're
Hmm.
praising him, saying like, "Yo, this man's gonna be different." It kind of it holds a little bit more weight to me than
Okay.
us just seeing the combine and watching the highlight tape. Because they're out there. These some of these players are out there still training. Some of these younger kids that are playing or coming into the
Right.
league. So when he's saying stuff like that at 212, he's moving like a receiver. That's wild. It's like
Yeah.
it
That.
sounds like another Saquon situation where a running back's going extra early in the draft.
I know, right? And shoot,
I
that's
don't.
he's going to be a great player. I've seen some of his highlights at Notre Dame. He's going to be a really great player.
Hey, I'm not upset behind it. I don't
Mhm.
think, especially if we were to do it, we better trade back and get him at like 9 or something. I don't think we should
Yeah.
drop him at 5. But
Mm,
again, I don't know where Hardball and all of them are at, where their heads are at right now. I don't know what they about to do.
right. I mean, I honestly, I'm not saying I don't want him. I just don't want him drafted that high for us.
Yeah,
I just we had Saquon and he was a great player, but running backs, in my opinion, don't change the game. They just make the game better for the offense. So
yeah,
I'd
yep.
rather have a wide receiver drafted that high than a running back. Just my opinion.
Nah, I get that. Did you have anybody else on your biggest winners list?
Right, just an honorable mention, Chris, Brazel, the second from Tennessee, wide receiver, who ran like a 4.3. He's at 6'4", so he's a big body, deep threat. Somebody that, if we were to pick up something, trade back, he could be an option, something like
What
that. But
what school did he
that's
go
that's
to?
another winner I have.
Where did he come from?
Wide receiver from Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay, 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 got it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know
know,
I
bro.
know we have,
Hey,
bad memories of another wide receiver from Tennessee that's still on
look,
our team.
this 13 right here, though. This is that real one.
Yes, I know, right? There
The
you go,
other one's
OBJ.
gotta go. We need to, hey, bring him back. By the way, bring him back. If anybody
I
sees
know,
that, bring
right?
him back.
Shoot, vet
Um,
rule, a
right.
vet rule.
Before we slide into the spotlight, I want to ask. There's a lot of chirps around this big three that we got. The big three, Jermaine
Mhm.
Illuminor, and then the two Dales. We got Wandale and Cordell. Cordell Flock. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
They're like, who should we spend money on and who should we let go? Like I personally, I would
Uh-huh.
love to have Wandale and I would love to have Illuminor back, but if we have to prioritize,
Yeah,
I'm taking the lineman.
of course. Yep, we right here, man. We right here because I can't. We got to spend money. We got to spend money on a lineman. Just make sure Jackson Dart is taken care of. The line did pretty well last year, pass protection. So I just hope we can continue that and keep, our line together. Maybe add one or two more pieces to help grow with Jackson Dart and just keep him protected.
Yep. Yep.
So
All right.
yeah, I mean,
So
shoot.
Big Blue Spotlight. Big Blue
Hmm.
Spotlight. This week, we're gonna go over mock drafts. So right now, I'm gonna hand it off to you, E. What I'm gonna say is, let's go over do your favorite. Like in a perfect world, this is how the draft would go.
Okay. So in a perfect world, we actually don't pick at 5. We trade
Okay.
back and get more darts at the dartboard because
I like it.
I'm all about getting more players in the top 100. So if we could get, I have a mock draft. I'm just gonna go through the names.
Yeah, yeah. Just out of
We
curiosity, if
trade
you
back
did.
from 5. We
Yeah.
trade with the Ravens and trade back to 14, and we can pick up a couple more other picks, and we pick up Makai Lemon and as our first pick.
Okay.
Um, number two for Malik Neighbors, takes the pressure off of him. But then in the second round, we come back and get Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker out of Texas Tech. His draft stock's been rising. We still get a linebacker to help out. Um, and then we go for defense. We go with Caden McDonald from Ohio State, another. And then pick 105, Isaiah World, offensive tackle from
Yeah,
Oregon.
good
Pick
striker.
144, Devin Marshall, cornerback from NC State. Um, then Trey Zoom the third, another offensive uh, guard from Texas Tech A&M, another linebacker, a Jack Kelly, linebacker from BYU, and then last pick, Adam Randall, running back from Clemson. Uh, I just feel like all those picks right there in a perfect world help our team, give us good depth. And I actually challenge some of the starters for position roles.
Yeah, you filled a lot of the holes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got a sublineman in there, got us another
Hmm.
receiver, a strong receiver, got another running back to join the trio or join the duo, I should say, in the backfield. So it
Right.
definitely, I like that this because it's healthy and you got some more picks out of it.
Right.
What
And
is
one thing I
what
wanted
did
to say, I'm
what
sorry.
did
One
that
one last thing. I just
yeah.
hope the Giants. John Harbaugh's been known to pick up two players at the same position. I just hope he can keep that trend going and get us some more offensive linemen. The better. You can never have enough linemen. So I just hope that even if we don't have all of them are starters, but we have enough to if someone goes down, they can pick up and be productive. That's all. That's what I wanted to say.
No, I get that. I think that was a good
What you
one.
got?
Um, in a perfect world for me, mine was kind of similar, but I went a different route.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna rattle it off real quick. So, and mine, what we did was we traded with the Bengals.
Mm,
We traded pick number 5, and the Bengals gave us pick number 10. They gave us round 2, pick 41, and then
okay.
a third rounder for next year,
Oh, okay.
right?
That's good.
So with us moving back to 10, we got Caleb Downs at 10,
Okay. Wow. He
right?
dropped that far?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was like, that's why I say this is in a perfect world. This is how this would go.
Yeah, I know, right? We still
He
get Caleb
dropped,
Downs.
he dropped at 10. He dropped to 10, right? Then we have our pick
Mhm.
number 2, round 2, pick 37. I had to tackle Caleb
Okay.
Lomu. I think he was the best tackle available for the second round. So I think
Okay.
that's good. That'll give us some depth there. Round 2, pick 41. What we did, we just picked up Brandon Kissy.
Okay.
That's a cornerback from South Carolina.
Okay.
He was rated like for a second round. He's one of the top corners that was available. Then I doubled up, like you just said, and I got another
Oh.
cornerback at 105,
Ooh.
Will Lee, from Texas A&M.
Okay.
Then pick 143, Austin Barber, a tackle, from
Okay.
Florida. Pick 185, linebacker Harold Perkins Jr.
Okay.
Pick
Linebacker.
191, a guard, Kobe Baines. And then 192 to pick right after that, I got Tyron Montgomery, a wide receiver from John Carroll.
Okay. So
Kobe
you
Baines.
you doubled up twice.
Yeah,
You
so
got
I doubled up for the trenches, the 2 tackles,
Mhm.
and then the 2 cornerbacks.
Okay.
I think again, our cornerbacks are weak. I think Brandon adds attitude and he's a good cover as far as man to man or zone. He can do them both.
Okay.
Will Lee, he just his intangibles. He's tall.
Okay.
And I feel like
Good
he could
projection.
cover a number 2 really well. So again, if we have some depth at cornerback, let them battle it out in OTAs and things of that nature and see who's gonna be like a starter or a heavy rotational. The
Mhm.
tackles, of course, you can't go wrong if we can find like a gem as far as the linemen. I just don't trust rookie linemen their first years. They have to play a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
again, how do you get them to get the game time reps? They got to play on the field, right? So it's just it's tough. It's tough in those situations, but again, get some depth there, and then I got one receiver, and a linebacker just to kind of fluff. This
Mm,
is what the thought process that we fill up this roster in the free agency.
okay. Yeah, I mean, those all sound like good picks. I mean, definitely I like going at the same position twice. Just it's just a good thing just to have because when John Harbaugh was with the Ravens, I think he drafted Hayden Hurst and who's the tight end for them now? Uh what's his name? Mark Andrews. I think they both got drafted in the same draft. So and they hit on one. So it's like how many darts do you actually get bullseye on? So the
Yeah.
more chances, the better.
No, yeah, I
So
think I think those are gonna be interesting. It's really
mhm,
interesting. The good thing is we got free agency right around the corner coming up this week. So we're really
right.
gonna this I'm telling you, come Monday, once the tampering can
Mhm,
start, we're gonna really see the whole league shake up because people are gonna start swapping out and going to different locations all over the place. So we're gonna see some wild stuff this next week.
okay. I got one question for you, Mick.
What's up?
Do you think it makes more sense to have free agency before the draft or have the draft before free agency?
I think it's set up how it needs to be
Okay.
right now. The only reason why I say that is because I think I don't know, like keeping the strategy into it. Like you gotta
Mhm.
deal with your free agency and thin the herd first before you can go and draft and write up new contracts.
Okay. I
You
see
know what
what
I
you're saying.
mean? So
Spend the money first.
yeah, I feel like you have to cut off ties.
Mhm.
I just feel like it makes more sense before you bring fresh blood into the building. You got to figure out what you're doing with all
The
of the things that
vets.
are already there.
Okay. That makes sense. Yes.
What
Sorry to throw
about
that
you?
wrench in there for you, but it
No,
just
I'm
popped into
curious.
my head.
Since you asked that question, what do you think?
Well, like you said, it kind of makes sense like you're doing the vets a justice because, imagine if the draft was first. Then, you're picking up all these rookies, you see how they run in and everything.
Yeah.
Then free agency,
Then
then
you're
it's
like,
just like,
hey,
okay, it's gonna mess up the market. No one's gonna get paid as much. It's like, oh no, I got these three rookies and I see how they're doing it in training camp. And not even training camp, but I see how they're doing in practice. I got all this tape. I'm projecting them to be really well. So I don't need to pay this running back. I don't need to go out and free agency. It's only if somebody gets hurt or these rookies aren't what I thought they would be. Their tape is a lot better than they are in real life. So how they
I
have it
think
set
that's
up is good, but
I
it's
think
just
that's how
it's
they
just
I think
go
that's how
ahead.
they got it set up. To be completely honest, is because they have to do it with that mindset.
Hmm. Okay.
You know.
All right, yeah. Just fair. Fair. Do the vet some justice.
I definitely want to, on another episode, I want us to do like a mock draft live. So we'll wait till free agency is done and then we'll
Okay.
do like
Right.
another mock draft. Like we'll do it live and do one together and figure out what kind of trades are available or what should we do with the roster and things like that. We're gonna
Okay.
be the GM for a day. See how
Oh
Joseph
snap.
see how
Are we
Joseph
trading back?
was over there. um with that being said, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna slide over to the roll call. Right, this week, guys, I want to ask you guys, should we be aggressive in free agency and get a veteran running back, or should we hold out and try to draft one that's going to get us some good work in the next couple of years? Let us know in the comments. Tap in if you're messing with us. Tap in if you're messing with the New York Giants. Let's go. But
Yes,
Ethan,
sir. Yes,
how
sir.
do you feel about it?
Um, I feel like we just Devin Singletary just took a pay cut and Tiki Barber was talking about him and he was saying that for him taking the pay cut is like it just makes sense to have a running back that can pass block and get short yardage. So that made me think, like, all right, we Devin Singletary could be good for those purposes, and we don't know how Cam Scadden was going to come back. Tyrone Tracy had a shoulder injury in the middle of the year. That's what allowed Cam to step up in the spotlight. But running backs get hit all the time. Every play is 100% guaranteed. A running back's going to get hurt. I don't know about injury at 100%, but they're going to get hurt and they're not going to be able to fully finish the season or miss a game or two. So I feel like us picking up somebody in free agency wouldn't be the worst idea, but it has to be the right contract. I don't want to overpay for a running back. Like when we got Devin Singletary, I think we gave him a modest contract. That's why he was able to take a pay cut now because it was either that or get cut. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure he's just betting on himself because that free agency market's crazy, especially with these young running backs coming in. Everyone's
Mhm.
running fat. Everyone's getting bigger, stronger, faster. It's like just
Yeah.
these free agency running backs, I'm sure it's just a tough market for them. So I hope we do get somebody. I know like there have rumors of the Super Bowl MVP K9. He's hit the market. Um I even think there was another Travis Etienne from the Jags.
Yeah.
He was gonna hit the market as well. But
Yeah.
like if we're able to get like a player like that, I just I wouldn't want to overpay for them because I just it's just a philosophy that I'm seeing now more and more teams are adopting. Like you pay for that running back, you're gonna pay for that running back. So what
Man,
do you think?
I don't even know. This one's got me stumped because I'm so focused on them taking care of the line that like it don't matter if we put another running back there if we don't have no freaking lineman.
Mm,
So it's like it's hard for me to even grasp you. Like I thought we were good with Scat and Tyrone, but I do understand adding the third running back. But my whole
yeah,
thing is like I said, without me knowing the direction of the line, it don't really matter who's back there, man. As far as
yeah.
K9 is concerned, I would love to have K9 on the squad. You already know. I
Oh
said
yeah,
I said before the Super Bowl came, K9 was going to be MVP. So
yeah.
shoot,
You
him
you
putting on a
did.
Giants jersey, he's only 25, bro. That shit would be
Oh,
crazy.
right.
Him,
Mm-hmm.
him, Stat, and Tyrone, bro. That'll be like a new age Earth, Wind, and Fire kind of
Yes,
situation. You know what
sir.
I'm saying?
That
That's gonna be fire. But
mm-hmm.
with that being
So
said, if we spend that money on K9, how we getting our linemen?
well, there it
You know
goes.
what I mean? So it's and that means that we're relying on getting rookies. And
Right.
that's not a good situation either, you know what I'm saying? I trust this coaching staff, but I don't trust like three rookies on the line at the same
Right.
time. Hell no.
There.
You know what I mean?
I
So
mean,
it's up in the air, man. I personally, if we're gonna spend some money in free agency, you better get the trenches right first before you start adding weapons.
that makes
That's
sense.
just how I look at it. Like you gotta have, if we're gonna keep JMS, we gotta have strong guards and you gotta sign Illuminor. You gotta give him his money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luminor gotta get paid. So
That's the
I,
that's
I
that's
just
the that's the only way around it. There's no sugarcoating it.
right.
And with that being said, the standard we're gonna roll into the
Mm,
standard. The standard this
standard.
week with the number 5 pick. If you're the GM,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing with the number 5 pick?
Hmm. If I'm the GM, basically if I'm John Harbaugh, because our GM is just a face. I don't even know his name anymore. What's his name? Uh, yeah. No,
Joe.
if I'm the GM, I gotta take Sonny Styles, man. There's you can't give up that kind of prospect. I mean, I feel like it's either if you have to draft that five, you have to take Sonny Styles. You know, Caleb Downs is great, but we have safeties there, and I just and then I you know, they were talking about his knee. It was fake. His family said it was fake, but nah, when someone puts up those kind of numbers at linebacker, you pretty much got like, and if he has the mental capacity to really run a defense and have that like kind of Luke Kuechly kind of mentality or Ray Lewis kind of mentality where they knowing what play is coming, plus with that size and physicality, there's no way you could pass up on that.
Yeah.
So if I'm a GM, I'm taking Sonny Styles at 5. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah. Um, Phew. I think I think honestly it all depends. Like, it's hard for me to answer that because it's hard. It's all a matter of those first 4 picks, right? Well, the
Right.
first, let's say number 1 we already know is Mendoza.
Yeah.
So the next 3 picks after that determine on what we do, right? Now let's
Right.
say Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs are available.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably gonna take Sonny Styles as well, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Um, if Sonny gets snatched in those first 3, right?
Right.
I'm probably gonna see if I can trade back to 9,
Mhm. 9, 10-ish.
9 or 10 and pray that Downs is still on the board.
Right. Yeah.
If Downs
Hopefully
is not still on the board, Mansour Delane,
okay.
I would take either one of those, like, around that area. If neither one of them are available, then I'm gonna snatch Lemon early at that 9 spot, with the
Okay.
whatever extra draft picks I can squeeze out of that deal,
Right, exactly.
and then go from there.
And,
I like
that's
because I personally, like, I still think Caleb Downs is still my favorite player out of the draft. I think he's
okay.
the smartest, I think he's the most intuitive. Like,
Mhm.
Sonny Styles is a freak, don't get me wrong, but I think just with our secondary, like I was saying before, like, we need somebody with an attitude back there, and I think even though Caleb's a little bit smaller, I just think his mental behind it, he's been
Yeah.
around. He's got a player already in the league, his pops is in the league.
Right. He was a giant,
He's
right?
just bred. Exactly. He's just bred
Yeah.
to play football, so I'm just like, you can't go wrong with that. So I
Yeah.
would definitely love Caleb Downs, man.
Okay,
But
I'm not mad at that.
I have a hard time, like, snatching him at 5, thinking that we could get a little bit more, like, just trying to squeeze. It's tough because I all the mocks that I tried to, like, push it out, he gets snatched
Mhm.
by the Washington at 7.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right? Oh
Washington snatches
gosh.
him at 7 almost every single time, so it's tough. It's tough because I ain't trying to hand him to somebody else, but you're trying to
Right.
get some more real estate, man. Because if you don't have a 3rd round pick, though, that 2nd to 4th is a long drop. That's like 100 players going
Right.
without us touching nothing, so I'm
Mhm.
trying to squeeze something out of it, but if Sonny is there, man,
Yeah.
he's gonna change the whole dynamic of the defense right out the gate too.
So yeah, exactly. I mean, especially with Micah McFadden. I know he had that injury. I don't know if he's coming back. We got rid of Bobby Okereke, so we need a linebacker at that spot. But if he's gone and we're able to trade back, like in the mock draft I had earlier, I would love to pick up Makai Lemon and then see if Jacob Rodriguez is still there in the second round. And his stock's been rising. He's a solid linebacker. I feel like he can definitely step in and make a difference for our team, or at least be competent enough to be a good player.
Yeah.
So and we just need a bunch of good players. Sprinkled in a couple of great ones, and we could be a really good team next year.
Yep. Just gotta fill it up and then thin the herd and then let's get it on and popping, get to the OTAs.
Exactly. Man, I
Man,
can't wait.
right, right. I'm hype. I can't I'm honestly just taking it one step at a time, man. I'm just hype about this free agency next week. Let's see where this is where we're
Yeah.
gonna see where Hardball's head is at.
Okay. All right. So
Mhm.
one question about free agency. W- Besides the line, what's one position that we get in free agency that would shock you? I'll go first.
Okay.
A position that we would get that would actually shock me would probably be mm, safety, because they're thinking that they might not get downs. So I'm like, okay, if they get a safety, they just paid who's the safety we just got last year? I'm sorry. From Miami.
Devon Holland?
Yeah, Javon Holland. And we have Dane Belton, and it's like they're all right. They didn't really. Dane Belton just happens to be at the right place at the right time. It doesn't seem like he makes plays, but he makes plays. I don't if that makes sense. Like he's
Nah,
just there and the ball like just comes to him. And
it's
then
tough
Javon
to.
Holland, he's just like not there. So,
Yeah, I
you
didn't
know,
really get like I was hyped when he got signed, but I didn't really see like major things from him when he was on the field. So
yeah, exactly.
let's
I mean,
hope,
because
let's hope
most
he.
defenses go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're good. I was gonna say let's just hope that he's able to work in this new defense. Like I'm faithful that Denard is gonna get them right. I think like
Mhm.
his defensive prowess with the defensive backs, he's gonna get the secondary where it needs to be, where it hasn't been in a while. So I think we're gonna see good things. That would shock me though if they got a safety, because then I know we're either going Sonny Styles or we're moving back.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We'll be back.
You know
I
what I
think it's
mean?
either
Like
going to be like
that'll tell us immediately. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a good question, man, because I'm not sure what would shock me. As of right
right,
now, I know we're looking at linemen. I know we could potentially get a defensive tackle. I know,
right. We got a lot of holes on the team, so any position probably wouldn't be too shocking. But
yeah, like
I just
tight
feel like
end. They've been talking about likely for a minute. So there's not really safety is probably you're probably the only position that would shock me, because I thought they would be in the market for downs, but if they're
right.
assuming that they're not going to be able to get them.
Mhm.
I'd be shocked because if they pay him, they're not drafting him. If they pay
Right.
one, they're not drafting Downs, regardless.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
I don't
I
think
mean,
they would.
right.
Although
I mean,
Denard likes three safeties. I don't know, man. I don't know.
right. And that's like the norm now. Like that's how Seattle won.
Yeah,
They had three safeties on the
yeah.
field, and
I
I
don't know
think
because Caleb Downs is still a great player, and all of that
right,
knee stuff has been debunked. Where they were talking about like his knee was messed up and all that stuff was circulating for a little bit. Because I
right.
sent you that post as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh shit. Like,
Like
oh, yeah.
no,
Yeah, the whole draft is busted. We're done. No, you know what I
I
mean?
know, right?
We're gonna
Come on,
see.
Sonny.
That's a
Right.
good question. That's a good question, man. We're
Yes.
gonna
I
see,
just
man. But we're gonna wrap this up, man. I appreciate you rocking with us. I appreciate you rocking with us. If you like the talk, if this sounded like the talk that you're gonna have with your Giants fans and your Giants nation, then tap in, like, follow, and subscribe. Please. We'll see you next time. This is the new era. This is the standard.
yes, sir.
From the city where pressure makes legends. This is Big Blue Reborn. Big Blue checking, we start with the facts. Spotlight on the moment, who really got next? Roll call for the city where the real ones at. The standard at the end, no excuses, no cap. Big Blue Reborn. This is the standard. This is Big Blue Reborn. From the city where pressure makes legends.